guys, Becker Gunner here. The whole video here is us trying to get this motor setting in properly. Thank God that Facebook Marketplace saved the day. Somebody locally had a seat. It was meant to be, I guess, because nobody ever locally has friggin' go-kart parts for us. We always have to go into the city. But when we bought the seat, as you'll see, it was $15 is what he was selling it for. I offered 10 because it was on there for a few days. Got that. We haven't mounted the seat yet, but the way we got the seat going to be sitting on there, it'll fit perfectly with that motor, because as you'll see, we had to cut off the bench seat because the way the motor was setting, we couldn't push it up far enough. I can't talk right. Far enough to sit on the motor mount. Like, it's just a piece of metal with a mount where you mount 4 bolts to, put the motor solid to the frame. And we got it mounted on there. We still got to put the seat on there. We had to cut off the bench seat because they welded the bench seat. The way the bench seat was set up on there is you could slide it back and forth, but they welded it all the way back where you couldn't use the adjustable seat. Like I said, this whole thing's been a massacre of really nasty welds, as the roll cage was welded on there really bad. But I just want to give a little narration at the beginning of this video what all we done. We're so close to getting this finished. We just need to get a clutch. The clutch that we tried to get off an old motor was like seized on there. Like the bolts, we tried to drill them out, couldn't get them out. So probably end up maybe having to buy a new clutch. We found another clutch, but not sure if it works. We gotta go to an auto parts store tomorrow and buy this bolt that connects into the motor. It was the piece of metal that sticks out of it. I'm trying to think what that's called. I'm retarded. I'm not very good at auto part stuff. It's the crankshaft. Yeah, the crankshaft. So we gotta put the bolt into that, and then it bolts into the clutch, and then all the other stuff bolts together. So here we go, guys. Alright, we got the tread plate in. It's kind of an idea with these tires. They're not bolted in anything yet. Just kind of got them just laying on there, the sprockets. So I think that tread plate looks pretty cool. I'm digging it. And so we'll get the motor in and whatnot and be back with you. We're going to be making some spacers. Let me show you here real quick. These tires, they go on really deep. We want them to be, we don't want them to be all the way to the end there. So we got some metal spacers we're cutting. So, it'll be more like right about there, and then we'll put our bolt, tighten it in. So we'll be right back when we get that all cut and set in there. Washington police. We got a real racket to screw that in further, but as you can see, we got that washer back there. Not really a washer, it's more a solid piece of hunk of metal. But it puts the tire out closer, not so deep in, so that works out pretty good. I'll get my shadow out of the way. As you see, we got the spacers set on there on both front wheels. We don't have to do them on the back wheels. That's a real cheap way to do it. It just hacksaw those spacers, cut them, get your tires out a little bit further, and they ain't so deep in. Not too bad. The motor we plan on putting on is a 212 Predator. We're gonna see if we can get it to fit on there, back there on that mount. It should fit, 'cause I've seen other go-karts that look exactly like this have these mounted on them, but we'll see. See if we run into an issue. Fresh new motor. Nice and clean. See how long it stays clean though. If we get a video of this looking nice. Plan on maybe upgrading the air cleaner and stuff on this. It's real cheap. It's like $30 for the kit. Supposedly makes it go about 8 or 9 miles per hour quicker, so probably end up putting something like that on that down the road. I don't have it mounted yet, but it just kind of gives you an idea with that 212 Predator motor on the back of it. It's sitting on the mount there. We might have to do a little bit of modifications to the mount to get it to screw into the mount, because it kind of fits a little funny. As you can see, the gas tank is right up against the back bar there, and we can't slide it any further to where the openings on the hole mounts are, where you screw in your motor to keep it on the base there. So we're thinking of some idea. We might just try to screw down in these holes down here, make some new holes, but we don't know. Pop Air Gunner's trying to think of something to do, so we'll get back with you when we have an idea what we're gonna do with this thing here. So what we're gonna be doing here is taking this clutch off and putting it on the new motor. This is an old motor that we had just laying around, and take that off and put that on the Predator. So let's get this done. It's really coming together. I really like the way it looks. I didn't really care for the paint scheme that was originally on it. I think it was like a bluish color, but I don't know if I'd have to look at the older video when we first started, because I don't know if it was blue to begin with and they painted it black over it, or if it was black and they painted it blue. I know it's just like a week ago, but I already totally forgot since we painted it all yellow. But I really like the way this looks. Like I said, it's gonna be the school bus. Eventually, we're gonna get some big back tires on them. It was just tires we got on it for now. They were just Harbor Freight tires we bought. They were real cheap, just to get it rolling. That back tire over there was one of the original tires, because we couldn't get the Harbor Freight tire to fit properly. Like the screw mounts were off by a little bit to connect to the sprocket you see there. Like they just wouldn't connect. We tried to make it work, and it was a nightmare. I think we spent all day a few days ago trying to modify it to get it to fit, and it just wouldn't work. So we ended up just sticking with that old back tire. I mean, it's got some tread on it. It just, it doesn't really match. It has a flat, and these ones are rounded. But they do have the flat style tire like that at Harbor Freight, or Harbor Freight, not Crate. Now we gotta wait till this Friday to pick it up, because that's when they get their next shipment. And all they have right now are these round. As you can see, it's more of a round. It's not a flat topped. But we're gonna get these tires from them. Should be Friday. They said that it was gonna come in, so waiting on that. But we just want to get this thing rolling and see what type of speed we can get just with the tires we got now. I just want to drive it. That's all I'm really caring about right now, is hopefully before Friday we get this thing rolling, because it's Monday right now. I really like how this project's coming together. We still plan on doing air gun stuff, so don't worry. I just kind of want to branch out a little bit, do something a little different. I mean, I love air guns, but when we got this go-kart frame, I was like, I'm going to video this, I almost thought about starting a go-kart channel, but I figured, I already got a little base built right now of subscribers, so more people would see this. If you guys would like to see more, other videos besides air guns, let me know, because I thought about branching out on other stuff too. If not, I can just keep this an air gun channel. But if not, if you guys draw for other projects, let me know, because I thought about maybe rebranding the channel. Because right now, it's just the backyard air gunner, but I thought maybe like the backyard outdoors, because all the stuff I do is like outdoor stuff. Maybe like a rebrand of the channel. So let me know what you guys think, because I would like to do a little bit more things than just air guns. It's a lot of fun outdoor stuff to do, Go-karts are awesome. I'd like to start working on some more go-karts. This really just started for me, I want to say 2 or 3 weeks ago, when I got that one go-kart I showed you. And I kind of got the bug on fixing up some go-karts, doing projects on them and whatnot. So let me know what you guys think. Got to show you guys these ATV tires we got, for a future live axle project. So when you got a live axle on these, you can use these tires. The ones that have the single drive wheels, they have, all this connection crap. So you have to use these tires that have these 4-bolt setup, because that 4-bolt connects, as you can see right there, to that like mounting bracket, which goes to your sprocket, which goes to this, to that, this, all that crap. So what we're planning on doing is, when you got a live axle, you can use these tires. I got some light. See how you can, well, they got bolts to keep them on there, but we ain't gonna worry about those. If I use this one, it's up higher. There we go. Put that on a live axle, slide that right on there with that bearing, and have another motor, because that's pretty much the same exact motor that I have on my running go-kart. I mean, it looks identical. It's like a Chinese ATV motor, so it can't beat free. You can see the motor here on my running go-kart looks the exact same That motor I just showed you, it's same shape. Everything's identical. So I got an extra motor. I'm not 100% sure if it runs, but it was free, so you can't beat that. And eventually I'm going to get another go-kart that has a live axle set up like this. Let's go. Change of plans. We hacked off the back.
That was a half a can.
Yes. I know, half a can of paint.
Yep.
Well, we got this off Marketplace for $10. So we're changing plans because how the motor was sitting. We need to hack that off. But we got a seat now. An actual seat we can use instead of that metal and then having to buy a seat to go on it. Or seat padding to go on this part. Just hack it right off. I like it. We get the motor to be able to fit now. Like I said, when you start these things, you gotta figure out what you're doing. Then once you figure out what you're doing, and you got an idea, you have to change it. Now you can see we got it all lined up on those holes in that motor mount. So we had to hack this off. We got that seat, so it's no big deal. So it looks like we're turning this thing into a one-seater. Be able to get this motor to fit on the bracket there. But that's okay. Like I said, got this seat for $10 off of Marketplace. It was meant to be. Found it today. We definitely needed it because that motor wasn't going to fit properly with that bench seat. And now we actually have an actual seat. Because that bench seat, it was just the frame. We were going to have to, you know, yeah, it was welded in. Because down here when we got it, it was all welded to this crap. You couldn't adjust the seat. Because if this wasn't welded in, we could have pushed this forward, which would have been able to get this, you know, motor to sit on that mount properly. But like I said, this whole project is the badly welded project, and that's just another one of the things these goofballs did was weld this into place when it has adjustment little parts there where you could have slid this seat back and forth. But they screwed that up too, so we gotta do what we gotta do. This could be a one-seater. Just putting the screws in there. Get it mounted. We already got one screw. Doing the other one, and then there's two more that go up front. It's a 4-mount post. It's a nice shiny engine. Like I said, we plan on buying some of the aftermarket upgrades. They're so cheap. So that air filter upgrade for like 30-something bucks. Get 8 more miles per hour out of it. That's awesome. And putting a pipe muffler. Not a real long one. The long ones look kind of gaudy to me, but a little short muffler on it. Breathe better. With the air filter and all that stuff. It's going to be cool.